Well, good morning all of you at home, because you probably are at home, and let's look at this weird little sequence here as it loads up. Marvellous. Yes, this is New Rally X, and this is the RetroTech 120p challenge, where you may have as many goes as you like, but your first recorded run, that is your run. Upload that beast. And this week we're playing New Rally X. As opposed to the old Rally X, who was a bitch. But no, this is New Rally X, the sequel to 1980's Rally X by Namco. It is a game where you have to go around and pick up bunting from roads as you're pursued mercilessly by these red cars. You're aided here by a little radar that's on the side of your screen, and so you sort of scoot along and see what you can find in this bizarre toy world. Well, it looked more like a road in Rally X, but yeah, I quite like this. It's by Namco. It's got a nice visual style, I think, for an early game. It's its own thing. Those trees are a bit weird, look like donuts. But yeah, it's all right. It's a pretty good game. The issues that your flag collecting missions are your ever depleting fuel bar. You have to keep an eye on that. You have to kind of, as I say, look out for those red cars who are hell bent on crashing into you. And there's all sorts of scar in the road, like that big pile of shite there. So you must make sure you avoid that. And you can do a little farty motion if you have a red car in hot pursuit. But I can see some lengthy runs coming out of this, and I think mine might be one of the shorter ones, because I'm playing this with the demonic hangover today, after going out all day yesterday and starting drinking about 10 o'clock and not getting home till 2 in the morning. But yes, RetroTech 120p challenge rules are thusly, and this, as I've said before, you can have as many goes as you like, but your first recorded run is your go. And if you wanted to join us, you can have a look underneath the video playing there. If you press that little tab, it should show you that there is the group there. You should join it. It's all good fun, and you see how you go. And then next week, the week after this, you may well get to pick the game that we play. We've gone through quite a few, some real good ones, some bad ones, some classics, and some not so classics. I try and find weird ones when I get my chance, some of which are alright, some of which not so good. But yeah, this was, I believe that if you bought one of the Ridge Racers on the PSP, PSP of course plagued with loading issues, it used to take ages to load anything. This was like the little game you could play, like, you know, like before Tekken you got to play Gallagher, we got to play Rally X. And it's one of those games that I can see people not wanting to start the actual proper game. This level's really strange. It's called the challenge level. It's level 3, and you have to kind of go around collecting flags like normal. But the challenge is that the cars don't move. There's 7 cars and they don't do anything. It doesn't seem much of a challenge. But apparently, like, if your fuel bar gets really low, that's when they go all crazy and decide they're going to press wheels against you, which is something that no one should want. What else has this been on? I think it was on Xbox Live Arcade, I believe, and it's probably on all those Namco packs that feature your usual Namco classics. But it's yeah, as I say, it's a very enjoyable game. I think it's one that stood the test of time, although you don't hear a lot of people talking about it. You know, it's not mentioned in the same breath as a Space Invaders or a Pac-Man or a Defender or Asteroids or anything of that ilk. But it is, I'd say, it's up there with them. It's you know, perfectly serviceable early 80s arcade game, and I think it's aged better than a lot of them. These maze ones, I think they often do age better, I think, than some of the others. I mean, I don't mind, like a shoot 'em up, but I think it's night and day when you look at R-Type or Space Invaders in terms of which one's aged the better, even though it was only like 5 years 5 or 6 years between them. So, but this is fine. This plays like, the controls can be a little bit weird at times, and the car sort of steers itself. Like that little 70s motif on the side, like the good life. Look at those flowers. I don't think they explain a lot about the plot. Oops, there you go, bang. Oh dear. Really, but there must be a purpose to collecting these yellow flags. Maybe make up your own story about them. There's probably some truth to be found somewhere. What else can I say about X? It's going to be a difficult one for people to talk through this week, because it's pure gameplay game, but it's quite easy to play. So there's not a lot to talk about the game itself, really. And if you're wondering where genital facts are, well, I'm waiting for that. So don't worry, that is coming. But I'm waiting for a particular colour to come up, because as you can see, this is low on animals. There's something nicely relentless. It's like you're being followed by the Terminator in each of those red cars, because they will pursue you, and it almost looks like sometimes when I look at the radar that they're doing some sort of strategy of some sort, a pincer movement like there. But they're not that bright, to be honest. They'll repeatedly crash into like the soil and stuff. That's the end of the first go there. Am I happy with round 6? Not really. I think you'll see people get up to round 10, but the bad news for them is they're going to have to try and find something to talk about through all that. So maybe I'm not the loser. Now, that particular colour I was talking about is right here. Now, what can I talk about to do with animals, to do with this colour? Well, it's the colour of famous 70s puppet. Is it a puppet, really? It was just more of like a toy, wasn't it? They just sat down. Oh no, it was a puppet. His mouth did move. Bagpuss. So today's genital fact of the week is about the horrors of cat sexual intercourse. So cats, and this will probably be known to you if you're a cat owner, or if you're a female cat. If you're a female cat, my sympathies lie very much with you. Especially as, you could be doing other stuff than watching a middle-aged man talking about a very early 80s driving game. But my sympathies also lie with you in the fact that you go through a bit of a torrid time with your sexual intercourse. You see, it's torture for you poor lady cats, because the male cats, as I'm sure everyone is aware, have a barbed shaft designed to scrape off rival tomcat semen, which is as romantic as it sounds. I mean, there's not a lot of romance in these tales I come up with, is there? So lady cats generally hate the experience, and that noise you hear at night might not be the cats fighting, it might be them going at it, because lady cats will do what they can to not have sex with male cats, because, barbed penis, that's not going to be a fun time for your tuna tunnel. And it's an experience they hate generally, more than your wife, weirdly. The male will essentially bite the female cat's neck, the back of her neck, to prevent her from struggling. You know, like they do with like puppies, obviously have that when they're picked up by the mums, and kittens as well. And so it means she can't struggle away. This isn't exactly first dates, is it? Stuff. And this isn't unique to your tabby either, unfortunately, because it's a piece of equipment that can be found in the metaphorical pants of big cats like lions, tigers and jaguars too, so that even they don't get an easy time of it. And you think about the amount of work that your lady lioness does compared to the lazy bastard with the long hair, his Michael Bolton haircut, lying under that tree over there, and then she has to put up with a Captain Rat there. And obviously, I think you probably know this already, but lions famously kill off cubs so that the lady lioness can get all horny again and want some more. Which I don't think that's a pulling technique that humans should try. But it's up to you. Except it isn't, because the law will frown very strongly upon you, as will the lady if you kill her children to make love to her. You'll have to buy her more than flowers to make up for that, I suspect. And that is the end of the genital fact of the week, which was this week about the humble house cat and lions and tigers and jaguars and barbed penises. But yes, I don't think I've got much more of this to go, and I did drag out that animal penis fact as far as I could. I'd only written half a paragraph about it. So I think I did pretty well there, especially when I talk really slowly, which is terrible for YouTube. People generally like it if you talk really quickly, like zero punctuation and things like that, and also if you appear on the screen, which is probably why my numbers are really low, and maybe I should just put my face on the screen. I'm not going to do that, not at the moment, sorry about that, but anyway, yes. So interesting to see who does well on this. I think it's Anthony's been having a storming run of late. Chris Diamond, obviously the don of this, especially now Andrew doesn't play them as much. So yeah, I suspect it'll be one of those guys again, although we have got some very good players throughout the rest of the community. But why not, if you've not played this before, not joined in, why not show them up? Show them up. And you too could have your name lit up with sort of like a purple and blue gif of the word winner, and your name will be above it. The most auspicious of prizes. And that is the end of my run, so I'd like to say upon this time, like, subscribe, and thanks, bye. It's probably a bit at the end I need to fill in as well. Oh well.